Hello student, welcome to VAVA classes. We see now accuracy and precautions. Accuracy and precaution. So first, the number of values obtained on measuring physical quantity depends upon the measuring instrument and method of measurement. A unit of measurement of a physical quantity is the standard reference of the same physical quantity which is used for the comparison of the given physical quantity. Accuracy refers to how closely a measured value agree with the true value of the observations or observables. Precautions refers to what limit or resolution the given physical quantity can be measured. So, in measurement of a physical quantity, the arithmetic mean of all the observations or readings which are found to be very close to the most accurate reading is to be taken as the true value of the quantity. If A1, A2, A3 up to AN are readings or the observations of a observable, then A mean is equal to 1 by n summation of AI, that is A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 up to AN divided by n. So, absolute error, the magnitude of the difference between the true value and the each observed value is called absolute error, that is delta A is equal to A mean minus A, that is AI, that is these are the observable value and this is the mean value, and delta AI we take it is the absolute error, and the absolute error is always positive. That is why we take it is magnitude. Magnitude means that is anything whether it is positive negative, the result will be positive. So, the arithmetic mean of all these absolute errors is known as mean absolute error. So, that is delta A mean is equal to mode of delta A1 plus mode of delta A2 plus in this way mode of delta AN by n. So, is equal to 1 by n a summation of delta AI mode, and the mean absolute error is also positive because all are these are absolute values, then naturally the mean absolute error is also an absolute value or positive value. So, the relative error of a measured physical quantity is the ratio of mean value to the true value. It is the ratio of mean value to the true value of the observations. So, this is the mean absolute error or mean absolute error divided by true value, mean absolute error to the true value of the quantity. Then absolute error, then percentage of error. So, percentage of error can be calculated, that is mean absolute error divided by true value into 100%. So, a percentage error increases, accuracy decreases. If error of percentage increase, then accuracy will decrease, and if error of percentage decrease, then accuracy will be increase. So, MCQ question. So, the measure of accuracy is absolute error, relative error, percentage of error, both B and C, that is both B and C. The difference between mean value and measured value is absolute error, relative error, random error and gross error. So, the difference between mean value and measured value is the absolute error. Now, we see systematic error, systematic errors. So, the errors is an amount of uncertainty in the measurement of the magnitude of a physical quantity. So, we can write error is equal to measured value minus true value, measured value minus true value. Now, there are different types of errors: systematic errors, random errors, least count errors. So again the systematic error divided the instrumental error, so error due to imperfection and personal error. Systematic errors. These errors arise due to definite cause and take place according to some rule. That means it may be positive, negative or any value. So instrumental error first arise from the error due to imperfect design of the instrument, or imperfect calibration of the measuring instrument. So example, the zero error is the instrumental error. In an instrument, for example, suppose in a vernier caliper, there are two scales, one is main scale and another is vernier scale. For a accurate instrument, zero of main scale should be coincide with zero of the vernier scale. If these two are not coincides, then zero error arises. So zero error may be positive or it will be negative. Second, personal error. The errors which occur due to limitation of the human sense, judgment, carelessness and responses. This is the human error. That is why called personal error. So imperfection in experimental technique or procedure. Suppose we have to determine temperature of a human body. A thermometer placed under the armpit will always give a temperature lower than the actual value of the body temperature, and this error cannot be eliminated. Similarly, while we are doing an heating experiment, there should be proper insulation is required, but जदि आम जिते इन्सुलेसन कले रेडिएशन जो जो हीट लॉस हुए ताको आम ताको एलिमिनेट करि परिबा नाही सेति आमर टेम्परेचर जो एरर आसे दैट एरर इज कॉल्ड एरर ड्यू टू इम्परफेक्शन द रैंडम एरर सो these errors are random and occur irregularly. It can be due to changes in the ambient conditions like temperature, pressure, etc., or due to limitations of an instrument. The last, that is least count error. The smallest value, the least count. What is the least count? The smallest value that can be measured from an instrument is known as its least count. Suppose for a meter scale, so the minimum value we can measure is 1 millimeter. So its least count is 1 millimeter or 0.1 centimeter. Similarly, a vernier caliper, the least count of the measurement 0.01 centimeter. A speedometer has the least count up to 0.001 centimeter. So how can we reduce the least count error? So the least count error can be reduced by using instrument of higher precision, improving experimental techniques, repeating the observations several times and taking the arithmetic mean of all these observations, and the mean value would be very close to the true value of the measured quantity. So this is the calculation of error. Already know that is first, this is the mean value or the true value will be sum or mean of the each observed value a1 plus a2 plus a3 up to an by n, that is 1 by n mean absolute error. So these are mode of delta A, that is a mean minus a, and the relative error mean absolute error by the true value or most probable value, and the percentage of error is equal to relative error into 100, that is a mean minus a by a mean into 100%. So example of a problem is given. The side of the object measured by means of a vernier caliper is 3.52 centimeter. if least count is 0.01 centimeter, estimate the percentage error in the measurement. So, given that least count is equal to 0.01 centimeter and estimate percentage error in the now calculate, and it shows 3.52 centimeter. Now, first percentage of error, change in error by original error into 100, that is 0.01 by 3.52 into 100. Step 2, percent of error is equal to 0.28%. So, now units and measurements. The instrumental error can be minimized by taking large number of reading, using different accurate instruments for the same reading, adjusting zero of the instrument, maintaining the temperature of the surrounding. So, the correct option is using different accurate instruments for the same reading. So, if we take different instruments, then to measure same quantity, different instruments, suppose we measure the length of a quantity, we use vernier caliper, then we take different vernier calipers. Then by taking these, we can take mean of these readings, then it gives the minimized value of instrumental error. The magnitude of the difference between mean value and each individual value is called absolute error. बर्तमान आम देखा कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ एरर्स. सो कॉम्बिनेशन एरर और दैट इज एटा मध्य कहती प्रोपागेशन ऑफ एरर्स, एटा मध्य कहती प्रोपागेशन ऑफ एरर. सो फर्स्ट एरर ड्यू टू एडिशन. इफ z is equal to a plus b and a and b are the measured values, then a is equal to a plus or minus delta a. So, delta A is the absolute error or mean absolute error. Similarly, B is equal to B plus or minus delta B. So, here delta B is the mean absolute error for measuring B, and let delta Z is equal to delta A plus delta B. So, we can write Z is equal to suppose A plus B, or that implies Z is Z plus or minus delta Z is equal to A plus or minus delta A plus B plus or minus delta B. So, is equal to A plus or minus A plus B, A plus B plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B. So, it will be A plus B is equal to Z, so it will be cancel. That implies del Z is equal to plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B. But in the result, it will always appear the maximum error. So, the maximum error will be what is? So, delta Z is equal to plus delta A plus delta B. So, this there are 4 possible values here. आम एठारे 4टा possible value पाइबा possible value like एमती ना plus delta A plus delta B plus delta A minus delta B minus delta A plus delta B minus delta A minus delta B. And then from these 4 values, the maximum error will be delta A plus delta B. So, in the result, the maximum error appears, that is delta Z is equal to delta A plus delta B. Then we can calculate. So, what is the relative error? So, relative error is the delta, that is maximum possible error, divided by initial, that is initial value or true value, and the percentage of error we can write delta A plus delta B by A plus B into 100%. So, error due to subtraction. If Z is equal to A minus B, similarly we can write A is equal to A plus or minus delta A B is equal to B plus or minus delta B, and let now Z plus delta Z is equal to A plus or minus delta A minus B plus or minus delta B. Then you can add A minus B plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B. So, A minus B Z is equal to A minus B. So, we cancel both sides. Therefore, we can get delta Z is equal to plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B. Similarly, so the result will be the maximum possible error, that is delta Z is equal to delta A plus delta B. Similarly, we can write relative error, that is error divided by initial value A minus B and the percentage of error delta A plus delta B by A minus B into 100. So, आमे देखिलु जेतबेले whether it is addition or subtraction, so the error, absolute error is same. More admissible error, we can write delta x square plus delta y square or root over. In subtraction, the percentage error is increases. Now, आमे देखिबा error due to multiplication. So, multiplication, similarly, suppose A is A plus or minus delta A and B is the B plus or minus delta B, then let Z is equal to AB, then we can write delta Z by Z is equal to delta A by A plus delta B by B. So, delta Z by Z is called the fractional error or the relative error. So, the percentage error we can write delta Z by Z into 100% and delta A by A into 100 plus delta B by B into 100. Here the percentage error is the sum of individual percentage errors. Error due to division. Similarly, we can write if Z is equal to A by B, then we can write similarly delta Z by Z is equal to delta A by A plus delta B by B. Then percentage of error into 100% multiply both sides, will be delta A by A into 100 plus delta B by B into 100%. बर्तमान आम सेमि देखिबा error due to power. If Z is equal to A to the power n, delta Z by Z is equal to n delta A by A. In more general form, ln Z log Z is equal to, so in more general form we can write Z is equal to A to the power B, B to the power Q and C to the power R. We can A to the power P, B to the power Q and C to the power R. So, that by Z is, similarly you can write delta Z by Z is equal to P delta A by A plus Q delta B by B plus R delta C by C. Because how we do it, that is Z is equal to A to the power P, B to the power Q and C to the power R. Log R ln or ln Z is equal to ln A to the power P plus ln B to the power Q, ln means log E plus ln C to the power R. The differentiating we get del Z by Z, sorry, when it is power it will be P ln A plus Q ln B plus R ln C. So, differentiating both sides we get delta Z by Z is equal to P into delta ln means delta A by A plus Q delta B by B plus R delta C by C. So, that is delta Z by Z. Then similarly we can find the percentage of error by multiplying 100 in both sides. So, this is maximum percentage error, that delta A by Z 100 is equal to P delta A by A into 100 plus Q delta B by B into 100 plus R into delta C by C into 100. So, now MCQ question. First one, the mathematical operation in which the accuracy is limited to least count term, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, both A and B. So, option is both A and B. If y is equal to A by B, so the maximum percentage error in the measurement of y will be delta A by A into 100 plus delta B by B into 100. So, the correct option is delta A by A plus delta B by B into 100. Okay, thank you.